Hello, everybody. Welcome to our nutrition and health class on the power of conscious breathing. My name is Dr. Miles Reed, and together with my colleagues Erin Alexander and Suzanne Tribe, I'm going to guide you today in this class of exploration and understanding of the breath. So to start, fittingly, we want to just activate the breath for a moment. So first of all, just very simply, let's vibrate the legs, loosen up the joints. And I want to start with the idea that we breathe with all the body, not just with the lungs. So breath is a circulation of vitality throughout our body. And if we loosen up the joints, that vitality can circulate easier. Vibrate the arms, and both arms and legs. Vibrate your buttocks. Really loosen up as much as you can all those extremity joints. All right, so activating the diaphragm. So inhale into your chest and into your belly. Chest and belly. Okay, pause there. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. Get in your stance, feet parallel. We're going to do that breathing pattern and do some movements of the arms. So elbows out. Pause. Now open and close. Pause. Number 3, diagonal. Open the hands and close. Up and down, bouncing on the knees. Pause, and last one. The fists want to touch but don't, and they smash and smash. Full rotation of the arms. And pause. All right, the 4 together in a sequence, and then we come to sit. So, first one, second one, third one, and fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Very well. Okay. Come to sit, please. Thank you. I want to welcome everybody again now, more activated in the breath. We want this to be an experiential class, not just a theory class. As usual, I'm going to put on the PowerPoint presentation to guide us. The power of conscious breathing. As we start the class, we want to establish what is our objective, what is our intent. And essentially is to learn. We want to share the space, Erin, Suzanne, and me, to learn together, to see the lungs both from the viewpoint of science, so to really understand the body, really understand the mechanics of the breath, really understand what is it, this phenomenon of breath, and also to see the breath as a specific tool to shift awareness. Perhaps the best tool that we have available to do that. And doing these two views without detriment to each other. So we can fully be in one viewpoint or the other one. And not only they won't interfere with each other, but they will enhance each other and give us, through the use and the relationship to breath, a higher experience of life. That is our intention. The breath is perhaps the most underrated available commodity that we have available as human beings to exercise and direct life. So on the one hand, being more in touch with the breath. So we really want for you to leave this class with just having breath and your breathing much more in the forefront of your daily consciousness, to really have it there and not just an autopilot where you just pass the whole day and you didn't even realize when and how you were breathing. So by being more deliberate with your breath, there's a what we call performance wellness. Okay, so better performance, at the same time a better sense of well-being in you. Stress management, this is huge, and we will discuss that, and Suzanne will talk about that as well. For modern life, it's imperative that we develop stress management techniques and strategies. And the breathing and the use of the breath is a must for this. The second or third is enhancing focus and presence. So by working with the breath, we can have an impact on our capacity to concentrate, our capacity to be available and present. And since we're so dispersed in our daily lives, with so much coming on to us, to be able to be more focused, more present, and have better concentration is a very practical tool. And the last one is the effect that breath has on the state of our emotions. When they are out of control, the emotions, and we can't really get a hold of them, we can come into the body through the breath, exercise a shift in the breath, and that will tame and make the emotions more manageable. And the extension of this into the abstract is the manipulation and shift of perception that we can achieve by using the breath. So this is our reward layout, what we can do with the breath. I want to start by just giving a picture of what happens before we start breathing. So, okay, conception begins energetically at the moment of life begins at the moment of conception energetically. So the spark of awareness lights up in that moment, and then we have 9 months in the womb. In those 9 months, we are not quote-unquote breathing, right? The lungs are collapsed, they are full with water, there's no air, and we are breathing through our mom, through blood. And breathing in the sense that the supply of oxygen, okay, comes in through mom's blood. And so this is just a snippet of what happens. This is a heart, and the more lighter orangey red is the right side of the heart. This is the part that connects to the lungs. And the darker red is the left side, is the one that pumps the blood to the whole body. You can see out of the left chamber coming around over this big thick red artery is the aorta, coming down and then going to all the body. But in the time where we are in the womb, all this blue circuitry which goes to the lungs is cut off. It doesn't happen. What happens is we get the blood, see the arrow down here? We get the blood from the mother through the umbilical vein, and it comes directly into the upper part of the heart. And here, instead of going to the lungs, normally in adults, that's what happens. The blood comes into the heart on the right side and then goes to the lungs to get oxygen. And since all that circuitry is shut down, is not open yet, it directly crosses over to the left side, the blood in the baby. The right side is actually stronger in the baby, and in the adult is the opposite. When we are grown-ups, the heart has left and right. The left side of the heart is the strong part. The muscle of the left side is strong. It has to pump blood to all the body. The right part of the heart is very softy. All it has to do is pump blood to the lungs, get oxygen, and then comes back to the left to go to the whole body. So inside of the mom, the right side is predominant, and the left side is quiet. When we are born, that first inhale, so we burst out into the world with an inhale. And the air comes into the lungs for the first time. Bang! Everything opens up. The lungs expand. Air comes in. The pressure inside of the lungs goes down because there's air and space. And so all the right side of the heart gets long, pulled by the extension of the lungs. And all the pressure in the right side goes down because of this big space in the lungs. So the blood comes down from the lungs for the first time, oxygenated from the air, and then the left side gets a whole torrent, like a waterfall of blood coming in, and then it has to get stronger to begin to pump that blood. So everything changes around. The left side takes over, the right side gets quiet, and the body begins to produce its own exchange of vital energy with the environment, thanks to the lungs. The lungs bring that spark. The oxygen is the spark. Imagine that you have an engine and you want to get it going, and you need a spark to kick it in. In the mitochondria, in each cell, that spark is given by the oxygen coming in from the world through our lungs. That first inhale starts, and it never stops until the moment on the other side of our life journey, when we exit, when we are born into the other side, or technically when we die, and then we leave with an exhale.